So in addition to the many strengthening exercises you can do with the TRX, basically kind of a total body exercise tool using your own body weight for resistance, it's also a great tool for stretching. And there's a number of active or dynamic stretches you can do with this. Very good. For example, one that is excellent for golfing. There again, kind of sit down in a golfing stance and just kind of rotate while keeping slight tension into the TRX. And obviously you can see that this would be good to work on your range of motion for your golf swing. But it's also a very good tool to use for static stretching, and a couple different ones that I like to do to finish off with. One is basically kind of a three-dimensional stretch, and what I really like about this stretch is a lot of the muscles through your hips and your core here, your trunk, they don't run in straight lines up and down. They run diagonally, and they kind of run three-dimensionally, so to speak. And hitting them at different angles, kind of more three-dimensional stretching, is a lot more effective than just trying to stretch these muscles in straight lines, since they don't necessarily run in straight lines. For example, I can have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and just kind of alternate my hands up. So now right here I've got to stretch through my hip and my quad, just kind of going all the way up through my arm. Then I can rotate even a little bit more with my hands. There again, just keeping tension into the strap, getting a nice decent stretch but not overstretching, no pain. And basically do the exact same thing. Just switch sides. 1 foot forward, opposite arm. And there again, you get more of a three-dimensional stretch through the shoulder, through the chest, all the way diagonally. And like I say, across, through the hip there. It's a very nice way of stretching and very efficient. There's a piece of equipment called the Stretch Station, which is a very nice piece of equipment for doing three-dimensional stretches, but it's not something you find in your typical gym, and it's not something the average person can afford in a home gym. So this is a very nice tool to accomplish pretty much the exact same thing at a much more reasonable price. Just to give you an example here, I've had my hip flexor and quad torn several years ago from an old softball injury, and I've had a tough time kind of regaining some of that range of motion over the years. This diagonal stretch with kind of a three-dimensional stretching has made a big difference here in just kind of a short while. And obviously, ideally use some type of massage, whether that's foam rolling or the stick roller massage or professional massage first, to kind of remove some of the restrictions, adhesions, and kind of loosen the area up. But this is a great tool for both active and static stretching. And another one I like to kind of finish off with is there again, just kind of sit back into a deep squat and just kind of let your lats stretch. So basically kind of stretching the hips, stretching to get a good lat stretch at the same time. And like I say, you can kind of just by changing the angles here, come out here for one leg. So now I'm hitting more of the one side of the hip all the way through the trunk and my lat on the right side. So very nice tool for three-dimensional stretching. Great tool overall, but great for anybody looking to increase their flexibility, range of motion, and develop their strength all at the same time.